This is Clix on the Barbie. Join us as we talk about Clix in Australia, current HeroClix happenings, and a dash of meta. Welcome to Clix on the Barbie, episode 34. I'm Ben Jones, and with me I have Chris Rizzi.
Hello.
Bobby Kriesman.
Howdy.
And also Anthony Callahan.
Hi.
We've got a big game tonight to talk about HeroClix. And so in this episode we're going to be talking about our good and bad and ugly. Some HeroClix that we've played over our time since our last recording. We will also be talking a bit about news and talk about the Gingerbread Man, a little bit about Batman Team Up as well. We have some questions about legacy cards, and yeah, that will probably be our show. So let's turn on the gas, light the Barbie, and let's talk some Clix. Okay, it's been a couple of weeks since we recorded. It's been a little bit of time since we've caught up Chris and Bobby. It's good to have you back on Clix on the Barbie. And I guess, yeah, how are things going? Let's get into a good, the bad, and ugly. And yeah, I might start off with Chris. It's been a while since we've caught up. What's been good and what's been good? What's been bad? What hasn't been so great happening for you?
You know what? It's great. Got a new job. Love it. Quit the old one that was just crap. And yeah, just life in general is good. Only bad part is no HeroClix. I've only played twice since Nationals, so yeah.
Yeah, that's like twice in the last 6 months then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's not good. Yep, that makes sense. That's ugly.
Yeah, I would say that's ugly. Yep.
Anything else?
Nothing for me. I'm just day to day. All good.
Enjoying the simple life. I like it. What about you, Anthony? Let's go to you. What's your good, bad, and ugly since last time we chatted?
Oof. Well, I've gotten my Christmas shopping done, so that's got to be good at this time.
Yes, that is a good thing. That's something I've still got to run out and do yet.
I guess. Well,
you may be the only one of the four of us.
No, I got my Christmas shopping done, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, maybe I'm just the smug. That's fine. I accept that answer.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything too bad been going on. The ugly is probably that I think last time I was on here, I said I was applying for a job and I got it, so I don't necessarily count that as good, but I don't count it as bad, so we'll go with ugly.
Fair enough. A new job. So
all right.
I totally understand that. Well, and congratulations on that. I'm sure we talked about that. I can't remember. Anyway, let's move on. Bobby, what about you? What's been your good and bad and ugly since last we caught up?
Good is I feel like we've managed to revive HeroClix in Queensland. We had 8 people show up at the last one. So. And we're going to try to play at least once a month, if not every other week. So we'll see how we go. And then 6 of the 8 were new to the game, but they all seem to really have had a good time. So that was a lot of fun. So that's probably pretty good. I mean, another good is, I've managed to find some gaming buddies at work. And have gotten kind of like one-page rules. We've tried a couple of flavors of their systems, and those are really, really good. Like, they're very fun miniature war games that are miniature agnostic. You could almost use HeroClix to play them, right?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that one's been really fun as well. Bad is, life's been generally pretty good. I've been overworked, so as I'm sure we all are. But I've been traveling to Thailand pretty much a week a month for the last three months. So it's been a little crazy trying to coordinate that in amongst everything else and still have some kind of life. Ugly is probably that I don't have my Christmas shopping done yet, and I probably should get on that. given that, and I always my dad was the dude that was shopping Christmas Eve, and I always swore to myself I would not be that guy, but I may be that guy this year.
Hey, listen, Bobby.
Can't be a thing.
Hey, Bobby. There's always souvenir shops in the airports. Remember that.
Dude, I legit bought my wife 2 things in the Brisbane airport on my way out like 3 days ago.
I'll take it. She's got
So you are correct, and they are not that bad.
No, I like it. And you're in Thailand at the moment.
Yeah, I'm in Thailand here. I get to get my butt back on a plane tomorrow morning. So it's been good, but it's been a lot. It's been just very full on. So as it is.
Cool. Well, thanks, Bobby. Thanks for sharing. As for myself, I would have to say my good is that I'm on holidays after finishing off the school year. It's always nice to have a chance to have some sleep-ins and not have to go to work. And another good is that I have been able to play some HeroClix of late, which I've really enjoyed playing, and I'll probably share those after this. Bad, as I say, I'm on holidays now, so now it all becomes just getting everything organised for Christmas and things like that. And I don't know if that's bad, but it's certainly not as enjoyable as not having to. And ugly, I don't think I have anything at the moment. I probably need to go get a few last minute things for my Christmas shop, but that's about it. Been relatively organised, so everything's pretty good. I'm on holidays, so it's always better. Everything's always better when you're on holidays.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's so true. So true.
So yeah, well, it sounds like everyone's going well, and as we head into Christmas, it looks like everyone except for maybe Bobby are prepared. So, but that's fine. Always good. You'll be able to find something at the airport, I'm sure, Bobby.
It's true. Here's open. Here's open.
We can move into talk about HeroClix we've been playing, and Bobby, you were saying that you've been playing in Brisbane, in Queensland.
Yeah, so we've it's in Ipswich. So there's a really epic Ipswich. Shout out to them. They're a really good shop. And they haven't started stocking anything for us yet, because they just kind of want to see if players are going to actually stick around and buy stuff, right?
Yep.
So, which is fair enough. But they kind of run almost restaurant type game shop.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, I can't really blame them, right? So, because they're just trying to find a way to make money off of running a game shop. Yeah. So, but it's good though. And the big challenge that we had in scheduling it all was they run kids D&D on 2 Saturdays a week, and they're like, you can't get in here on those Saturdays because kids D&D is now officially a thing.
Yep.
So like we had to schedule around that, which is an interesting thing just in general, right?
And so you said you had like 6 new players or 6 new people interested, I guess.
Yeah, just from the local community, and kind of working with the shop and getting it posted up on the shop's Facebook page. And then, a couple of people that I knew, I finally got them talked into trying out the game, and should be really good. We'll see how many we can get to stick around, right?
Yeah, no, that's the next process.
That's good.
But yeah, good luck on that. That sounds really good.
Yeah. But they seem to really enjoy the game, and they we've got, as we all do, have the big fat box of giveaway clicks, right?
Yes, so, many shoe boxes full of HeroClix.
Such a thing, right? And they all seem to, and for me, the last 2 rounds, because like this last one we had so many people, and the one before that, like HeroClix is just a really fun game. It really is quite an enjoyable game to throw dudes on a map and roll dice and watch Spider-Man and Ghost Rider and Dormammu and like wrestlers all go at it, right? It's just fun. Yeah. And it's been kind of a nice return to the pure innocent joy of HeroClix.
away from X-Men swap teams and things like that, Bobby.
I tell you, it hurt my head almost as much as it hurt yours.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
It was such a thing.
It is just
Yeah, I did still want to see that in the final. It was fun.
it is just nice to play simple HeroClix. I don't know, just fresh HeroClix. I don't get me wrong. I actually enjoy the build up to nationals and playing my team over and over again and getting better at playing it. But it's just nice to play just different stuff all the time. Like after nationals, I don't think I played too much stuff regularly again. Like cool, I haven't played those things before. I'll play them. I haven't played that before. I'll play that now. So yeah, it's always good. I think that's the joy of it. Just seeing who can beat up on who. So Chris, you said
Absolutely.
Sorry, Bobby. Yeah. Have you been
No,
playing?
you're good. I was just saying, absolutely.
Yeah. Chris, you said you've had a couple games since nationals. Anything great you want to report on there, or?
Not really. The first game, I can't remember what it was because it was a while ago.
Yep.
And the last game was only 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I played the Lady Phoenix. No, sorry, Phoenix Sentinel for one game.
Yeah.
And I played the Fantastic Thors, which was both are just fun. It was great.
So so I've been playing the Fantastic Thors as well just recently. So you enjoyed how they played out?
Yeah, they worked well together for sure.
Yeah, they're very cool. I like them too. No, cool, excellent. So, and how was the Phoenix Sentinel? I haven't played mine yet. So, how?
It was powerful. The point dials are a little bit weird, so it's either 350 or 200, 250. I can't remember. It was just a weird point dials. Like it'd be nicer if there was a 300 point that you can just field it.
Yep.
Instead of trying to work around it, because I didn't put any thought into the teams at all. I saw them on my shelf and I'm like, that's it, I'm done.
Yeah, and that's the way. Yeah, sometimes that's the way to play. Go, I want to play these. I haven't played them before. Done.
Yeah.
No, I like it. Cool. Anthony, what about you? Have you had any HeroClix play other than our games?
Against your good self a couple of weeks back, and I took a knife to a gunfight as usual, and I played the Shia.
I don't know if it's usual, but yeah.
And they didn't last too long. But it was a bit of fun. I was glad I got a chance to play something different that I wouldn't usually do.
Yeah, it's interesting. We played. So you were playing the Shia with Emperor Vulcan and Lilandra and Deathbird, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and Kid Gladiator.
And yeah, that's right. So I came in that one with a scientist keyworded team and my scientist team had a Rack Knight in it. A Blue Marvel, Valeria Richards.
Valeria Richards?
Yeah, Valeria Richards, always. Nathaniel Richards, and I can't remember who the other guy was that he bought out. But yeah, it was about getting a Rack Knight in there and letting him go to town. And he did go to town. He was...
Oh, he did.
Yeah, so he was certainly an interesting character. I wasn't sure how he'd play, but he plays really, really well as a Rack Knight. If you get a chance to play him, Bobby or Chris, he's really good. I think
part of the sculpt on them, like looking at the chases from that set, they all looked stupid playable. One of our other newer players up here pulled Green Widow, and dude, she is scary.
Yeah, she looks really
just
fun.
The amount of pain that she can put on a board. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a big thumbs up.
But why? Like, Anthony never let Ben play something with 2 stop clicks. That's my advice to him.
I don't think if you got down to the first stop click, you just absolutely caned me.
Yeah, and it was one of those things that was sort of like just setting it up, wasn't it? It's like I could double perplex up Arachnite's attack, so it was like a 13 attack. I put the cloak on him, so he had flight as well. So then he just had a bit more movement, and he carried Nathaniel Richards, so it was like charge flurry for 5 damage. Yeah, it was just
Holy crap.
Yeah. It's just, and that was pretty easy. And then Blue Marvel just sort of cleaned up at coming in at 50 points, and he's hard to kill as well. So I've actually taken a shine to Blue Marvel.
Points, Arachnite's really good. Man.
Yeah,
That's pretty solid.
and yes, I apologise, Anthony. I had a late night Saturday night that we couldn't play on Sunday morning. I did have a team. I've been working on my Mission Point team. So,
Yes, I look forward to playing your Mission Point teams. That's always fun.
yeah. You're saying that, what? Yeah, no, that's fair. I enjoy those mission points. Okay, so for myself, I'm gonna go here because I've had a bit to play, and I have managed to play the Fantastic Thors, as I was saying before, and I was actually playing him against my friend. He got the Hellfire Gala, X-Men Gala Club thing, and he was playing those, and we just had two really ding dong battles with those two together. The Thors are great, but they're not X-Men. The X-Men Gala stuff is really good against range, and because the Thors are a lot about range, it's really evened things up. So we've played 2 matches and we're 1 apiece in that, with the Fantastic Thors versus the Hellfire Gala. So that's been really cool fun. And if you haven't seen them or played them, the Hellfire Gala are really interesting. They synergize really well, and we're just looking. I think this week we're going to look and see how we can break it a little bit more.
Worth noting that they fit really well on X-Men Swap. Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Okay. You calm down.
No, but Sync, and I want to see them played because Sync, the one with the fancy coat thing, his ability to let any one of them that hits trigger their trait seems really good because their traits seem very good, but they also seem like they would, you have to roll a 10, you have to roll double 5s for it to trigger. But with Sync kind of giving you a workaround, it feels like some of those traits could be really quite scary.
So from what I've been
also worth seeing in practice, right?
Yeah, so what I've been able to understand as we've been playing them, the one trait, which is the Hellfire Gala event. So if you roll a die and you roll a 5, so once per turn, if you roll a 5, if you roll dice and one of them's a 5, you can actually just turn the other one to being 5. And so you get your 10,
correct.
You get your 10, and then all of a sudden, then everything triggers.
Right, so it comes up. Wow, so it comes up more often than I hadn't pieced that together.
Yeah, it just sort of says you can. So he'll run in with an attack. Say Cyclops is shooting. He rolls a 6, but it's a 5 and a 1, so he could just automatically change the other 1 to a 5. You can do that once per turn, and it's an automatic hit. And then everything triggered for him. So then he's taking a token off someone, putting a token on someone, moving someone 2 squares, choosing that a character could be not be outwitted, choosing a power the character can't use. It was pretty chaotic. And so I was just looking at. I was looking at it this week to try to help him out a bit and go, well, if he has Longshot, so this is Longshot from Rise and Fall, who says when he makes an attack, he can replace one of his die in his attack roll with a 5, because that's his rally. But he could also have Moira McTaggart on, who can give him that 5 straight away. So then Longshot could run out, shoot, replace one of his dies with a 5. All one's a 5, so the X-Men Gala people can automatically turn it over to be another 5. So then it's a double 5, which is a critical hit for him as well. And then everything triggers. It's I'm looking to have some good fun with that.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah,
that could be really kind of crazy. I mean, it also feels like that'll be one of those games where one player's turns will take 20 minutes to resolve all the effects.
Yeah, and that's right. It does take a while. And that's playing a home game. Like we talked about that. I said, okay, when we play here across the kitchen table, we can take 2.5 hours to work everything out, and it doesn't matter how long we take at the shop. When we're playing, you got 50 minutes, so you have to be sort of on point to know to go. So having the practice is also pretty important. What's next? Okay, this last Friday night, I played a 1,200 point War of Light game with my friend. We've been playing a few.
And did that take 6 hours, Ben?
It didn't take 6 hours. It took about 3. We restricted it to 5 actions per turn. But he was playing Black Lanterns, and I was playing Sinestro Corps. He was just really good. We were playing some War of Light sealed because I brought some cheap cases of War of Light, and he got enamored by the Black Lanterns, and because he had some really great success with it. So we just pulled them all out and we built with them, and so he built a 1,200 point team. And then he said, I said, well, what color do you want me to be? He said, you can be indigo, and it was like I only got to like 300 points of indigo people because it just wasn't enough. So we went yellow, but then that allowed me to use like both Parallaxes and Sinestro and Arquillo, and yeah, it was really good fun. It was really good fun. It reminded me why I enjoyed War of Light, but also why War of Light got a bit monotonous towards the end, I think, if that makes sense. I enjoyed like these big characters coming up, and Parallax is going to, and it was just simple things like we talked about turning off a trait. So Kyle Rayner Parallax's trait is that if you don't win map and they don't give it to you, they're -1 to attack for the rest of the game to all their characters. I mean, I couldn't do that to him, and so but I did enjoy getting Despitalis out there again, and he could just start poisoning people. That was good fun. In the end, it was just I managed the Sinestro Corps managed to take out the Black Lanterns, but it was just it was good fun, really good fun. Just seeing figures like Black Lantern Spectre out there doing his thing. I nearly had him, and then he healed back up, and I was like, no, stop healing. What we had Aquaman took down Kyle Rayner and Parallax, which was unexpected, but was pretty cool. But my piece that worked really well was Arquillo. He just sort of was charging around the place and charging, flurrying, and just taking people out left, right, and centre, which was good fun. And finally, sorry, I know I'm talking lots about My Hero Clix play. Finally, we had a 300 point event at the shop on Sunday, and we had 6 people there, which was good to have. And I played a team which was the Hulk from the Avengers Forever set, the 200 point one, the Thunderclap one, Blue Marvel, and Wanda Maximoff from Disney Plus. And yeah, they were they were very good. That Hulk is pretty amazing to play. I really enjoy that Thunderclap Hulk. He's just big. He's a big bruiser and can go for it, which I really like. But we had some really cool, interesting teams. We had a Spider Hulk team. So Alan brought his Spider Hulk, and with a few others around it. We had one of the guys built a Deadpool team, just using all Deadpools that he could find in Modern, and with Dukepool added in, and that was really good fun.
Nice.
Another guy, Terry, one of the young guys, he brought a Wonder Woman team with Prime Giganta, and he managed to get the lasso thing happening against the X-Men Gala, and then Prime Giganta came in and quaked, and I think he took out like 4 of them in one quake with that Giganta. So he was pretty happy with that. And yeah, and there was a Kate Pride led X of Swords team, I think it was, that Max had put together. So yeah, we had some really strong teams. It was really good fun, and just a really good way to sort of finish off our year at the shop with our play. And everyone took home a prize kit, which was really good. And they sort of just the shop was just handing stuff out. I think I've got like the Wonder Woman play at home kit, or someone got a invisible jet, and like the old invisible jet, and I think there was a Rise and Fall play at home kit as well, or something like that. So no, it was good. It was just good to play. And yeah, so that's what we've been doing it around here. Just playing as much HeroClix as I can.
It's awesome. So did you guys manage to get did you guys get Exo Swords OP?
No, we didn't get it.
No.
Okay.
I
was just curious. We're trying to order it through through the new shop. We'll see if they manage to get access to it. But I played in an event virtually with some dudes in the US and got that shipped over, but it feels like it's tough to come by.
Yeah, and I just go, it's like trying to get the tarot cards. Like, I've got 15 tarot cards, and that's probably going to be it. I can't see myself getting any more. I don't know.
I'm hoping, well, theoretically, they've announced that they're going to print out a collector's set that you can just buy from the WizKids store for like $70 that has all of it, right?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Like that.
Yeah, I'll be down.
Yeah, that's kind of my hope.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. I'm hoping that they do go that.
You guys
I don't even want to play them. I just want to frame them.
You guys do realize it's WizKids, so it's not going to happen. just like how they should make a whole set of legacy cards, just so you can have them instead of one per brick.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. Yeah. Hope springs eternal, right?
But it's what's the definition of insanity? Hoping for the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah, it's such a thing. It is such a thing. Ugh, so true.
I guess, speaking of WizKids though, and they're getting things from WizKids, I guess it's news if you want to call it that. The gingerbread man who was given, I think you could get it at PAX in America, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's a $20, right?
Yeah, is that you can now for this week you can go for it on WizKids from their shop, and you can purchase, I think it's $20, spend $20, and you can get a gingerbread man for free, for postage, I guess. And I've gone ahead and done that because I think he's a bargain and I think he's really cool, and I think everyone should do that if they can. With the gingerbread man, I really like him. He's mystical. He's got Mystic's team ability. His wild card. I just like some of the things that he can do. I don't know if you've had a look at him too much.
Yeah, you got Giant Reach, which could be
I also like
Giant Reach and Hypersonic.
Yeah. Yep. So he's got
Flex down dial. Right.
Yep. Yeah. So, and I just think let's have a look at him. So he's got a trait, you can't catch me, on the gingerbread man. So the gingerbread man automatically breaks away, which is always nice, being able to break away automatically. He's got a second trait, which is Oh No. When an opposing character damages the gingerbread man with a close attack, after resolutions, heal them one click. So I like that. It's like you've punched him and you've broken off a bit of his arm and you can eat it to heal up. Not that it sort of matters, because he does have mystics as well. So you're going to take a damage, then you'll heal off that one. But if you shoot him, you'll still take it. I did like that his name was John Doe as well, his real name.
That's hilarious. Holy crap. I didn't realize that.
I'll give him credit for that. And what's that? So he's got, his attack power is a giant candy cane, so he's got Giant Reach 2, and he's got free, choose a single based opposing character within 2 squares and line of fire, place that character in a square adjacent to their current square. So anytime you can move your opposition characters around is always valuable as well. So I think he's great for 30 points, I believe he is.
Yeah, for 30 points, I think he's awesome. So, and I haven't, so whenever I ordered, bought enough to get the gingerbread man, I also had the snowman. They checked the snowman in my cart, and I'm like, sure, yes, please.
Yes.
But I didn't see, have they revealed the dial for the snowman yet?
I don't think
it's not the abominable snowman. No, it was like...
I don't think it's a HeroClix.
Another cranky one.
Yeah, I think it's just like a D&D thing.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, I think.
Could easily be. Maybe that's why he didn't have a dial, is he's not an actual hero click.
Yeah,
That would explain things.
I think he's just a D&D thing. That's it. I thought that was a bit weird, but that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, so you're getting one, Bobby, and I know that I've got one on for myself. I know Anthony's got one coming, so Chris will just if he needs one, Chris will get one, I guess. Probably doesn't need one.
Yeah, he's totally just a miniature. Okay, that so explained things. Thank you.
That's okay.
Yeah, I won't be getting one.
Yeah. No, and that's fine.
You think I would have worked that out?
Okay, yes, so the snowman is just a miniature. Chris isn't getting a gingerbread man, and and yeah, that's gingerbread man. They also, in the last week, Scott Porter did an unboxing of the Batman team up. Anybody want to talk about that? Anthony, do you want to go?
Look, I did a bit of a binge watch this afternoon in case we did talk about it. Look, I'm not a huge DC person. I was a little bit excited because there's a whole bunch of Lantern characters. So there are Red Lanterns and my favorite, the Orange Lanterns. Unfortunately, not too many were pulled during the unboxing, and also it revealed that one spot in the booster is going to be a piece of equipment. So you get one less character per booster, so 10 less characters per brick, which is a little bit disappointing.
Was it equipment or a construct?
Construct, which you can't play unless you have a ring, which is also equipment, or the Batman belt, which is also the utility belt's one of them as well.
Right.
So yeah, to play the construct, you need to have a ring of that particular color, as I understand it, anyway.
Okay.
So, like, there were some cool things pulled. I like watching Teen Titans Go because it's a bit of insanity for 10 minutes, and it's good for a laugh. And it was nice seeing some of the characters. I think maybe Ben, you would like one of them. There was a Teen Titan Go that had to do with mission points. And we know how much you love mission points.
That was, I think it's Red X, is it?
Red X, that's the one.
And he drops, I have heard about this, he drops a pizza oven.
Yes.
What is it?
Close to your enemy's starting line, and if you get more of your characters near it than them, you get 3 mission points that turn or something like that.
Yeah, because I was interested in this one at the beginning of the game generator, and evil pizza.
He looks very good. So at the beginning of your turn, if there are more friendly standard characters than opposing standard characters within 2 squares, gain 3 mission points. So that feels very viable. You'd have to have a swarm team. If you had a swarm team, you'd probably be okay.
And if it's so, the question I've got to find out here is, well, if you're already putting it close to their area, if they swarm around it, are they getting mission points?
Don't know.
Because it just says at beginning of your turn. Because it's because I think it's actually on the
beginning of your turn.
Unless
I think so. I think if you, depending on how you go with setup and how you'd have to do it, right? Yeah. But at the beginning of the game, theoretically, should be after team setup, right? So you could place your marker. Yeah. Okay. Mm.
So I'm not sure, because I'm still trying to work out, because it doesn't have like a different token for it,
no,
and whether because it's the trait on his card, or whether it's on the actual pizza oven thing. Just so a few things I've got to look into about that.
It's on his.
Yeah, so
that sounds viable. Like you'd have to taxi him all over there, or spit out. Yeah, you could always do a POG generator over there, right?
Yeah. And that's I know it's got to be standard characters. So
standard characters.
So yeah, you can't generate POGs.
Yeah, not valid. Not valid.
So my white sword's not going.
Yeah, you'd have to taxi.
Yeah, so you can't go over there and start generating people with your white sword, Anthony. But I think you're right, Anthony. That one could be interesting for me. That's it. Yeah, I like building teams that can get across the map with lots of people. So That works for me.
Well, this will have some Green Lantern characters in it, so you'll at least be able to carry 8 characters.
Excellent.
So I'm sure you can work something out with that, then.
I will certainly be looking at that when it
Well,
comes
you
out.
know, well, I've got to say, I do love the fact that it looks like they have common, that the Mystery Inc. have common. They're in common slots. They've got chase versions, but they also have common versions. So good on them for that, because I feel like that'll actually help sell the set.
Yes, that you can pick. Yeah, you can pick up a Scooby-Doo and a Shaggy and a Fred easily.
Ooh, the Shaggy that's with the play-at-home kit is really powerful. I know that sounds weird to say, but 150 points on its top click, and it looks like it could do some damage.
Oh my goodness gracious! 10 clicks of life at 150. Cosmic energy, 3 targets, 0. Hypersonic. So it's starting with a 9 speed hypersonic, a 12 attack super strength, a 19 defense invincible, and with a 4 damage close combat expert. So I guess hitting on a hypersonic run with 13 for 5. Wow.
That seems good.
And gets still energy at the back end of his dial. And he's got, says, if Shaggy KOs 2 or more characters with a single attack after resolutions, heal him 3 clicks.
Holy crap.
Yeah, okay.
So if you've got a way to give him flurry.
Wow, that's impressive. Holy crap.
Yeah, okay.
Why is what episode is this from? How have I missed this episode of Scooby-Doo where Shaggy is like a close combat god?
There's too many Scooby snacks, I guess. The special kind. Scooby snacks. Okay.
Yeah, baby. Wow.
Okay.
That's insane. Well, the real question is Scrappy Doo any good? No, Scrappy Doo is not any good, which is fine.
Scrappy Doo is Scrappy Doo.
I was hoping. Yeah, dude. Well, I was hoping they'd do the whole, the Scooby-Doo movie reboot where Scrappy, spoiler alert, is the arch nemesis because he had issues from being, kind of crapped on his entire career with Mystery Inc. Like, I was hoping they would do a 300-point version of Scrappy-Doo, like, a la Dark Side, right? That would be great.
Okay. I don't know about that.
Just saying.
So, overall, Anthony, seeing you've probably looked at it the most, feelings about the Batman team-up?
Look, it looks interesting. It's probably not exactly my cup of tea. And if I could get my hands on a brick, I'd probably buy one. But I probably wouldn't buy too many more than that.
Okay. Makes sense. Chris?
Definitely the play-at-home kit. I kind of want that now.
with the Super Shaggy. Makes sense.
That really is just insane.
Certainly, I think one. I like the play-at-home kits because you get a map. I always love maps, so we'll need to get one of those. Chris, would you be interested? Are you interested in getting Batman team up or?
I don't know, because with Clix becoming a lot more expensive here, it's hard to say yes. But knowing my buying habits, it'll be yes.
Fair, cool.
But maybe just a brick.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah,
makes sense. Cool. And Bobby, you'll be getting get a case.
Probably. I don't know. I'm kind of with you guys. I'm not loving the pricing, and I'm not loving the fact that they're like, four figs plus a construct to booster pack. And honestly, I'm kind of with Anthony. I've never been a big DC fan. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love comic books, but like looking now, and now that we've been talking about it, and looking more at the figs, I'm more leaning toward, yes, I should buy some of this. So.
Okay. And I'll
congrats, you may have corrupted me.
I'll probably get my usual case, and we'll see how we go from there, and see what things happens. Excellent. Well, I've been enjoying this so far. It's been good discussion. So before we move on, and Malcolm Rush has sent some questions in about legacy cards for us. And I don't know about you, I actually really enjoyed legacy cards. So much so I almost built my nationals team around having legacy card in it. I wanted to make sure I had a legacy card in it. And yeah, so he sent some questions through about legacy cards. I've selected a few of the questions he sent 10. I've selected 5 to talk about tonight. If you guys are up for it.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Okay, Malcolm's first question was, what's the best and what's the worst and what's your favourite legacy cards? And I'm happy to go first here so that you guys can think if you haven't got your thoughts in yet. For me, I think the best legacy cards, and this is, I really don't want to say it, but I have to, is the Thanos legacy card from the Fantastic Four slot kit. I just think that it ruled for a long time and probably still pretty good, just no one's really playing. There's also the other one is the Apocalypse legacy card for the 2x2 Apocalypse, seeing that made a big impact at Worlds, and then it had to be errated as well, so I think that one was a pretty good one. And the other one I'm looking at, I would love to get my hands on, is the MODOK legacy card. I think that's one of the better ones, especially for a mission point team. So that was my best. Has someone else got their best legacy cards?
Yeah, honestly, I felt like the Soter, he saw some competitive play. None of us played him. But I felt like the Soter legacy card was a good way to bring back like retaliators in a way that was not oppressive.
Yep.
Right? Like he was still very playable and still very effective. But he wasn't. It didn't all of a sudden become a contest of, well, I have to kill that retaliator or lose the game, like we all know Dark Phoenix kind of was, right?
Yeah.
So I felt like that was a way to incorporate retaliators that were still fun, but not necessarily broken, right? So, and I don't know. I personally didn't like the Thanos Legacy card, more from a did they play test this at all kind of standpoint. Like I loved that it brought back a classic character. I loved that it made kind of a classic character. I do think like it made the meta a lot more accessible for players, right? Because that old Thanos was kind of easy to play or kind of easy to find, right?
Yes.
But I didn't again. I felt like they could have play tested him, and I don't love that it promoted a lot of like barrier, like run Thanos out, kill one figure, pull back, and barrier for the rest of the game kind of play. I felt like that was also not super.
Yeah, I guess in that environment, I would agree. The Thanos wasn't great for that. Well, again, if you're playing him, he was great. But for playing against him wasn't too fun.
Yeah, correct.
And I've probably been fortunate that I don't think I've played against him very much. And we have that sort of different kind of there wasn't one at Nationals, I don't think, this year at our Nationals that we played.
Raph was playing Thanos.
Oh, he was? Yes, he was actually. So we had one. Okay, which is better than games.
That's fair. And we're kind of not I guess I played it again. I played a couple games with Raph online and played a lot of games with Tani in terms of practicing, and several of them were against Thanos, and it made it a very, I don't know. I kind of feel like HeroClix should be all about options and strategy, and it kind of made it like a very strategy-less game.
Yeah, you get boxed in. No, I hear what you're saying. Okay. Anything else, Bobby, for Legacy? So I'm
trying to think of the other Legacy cards we've had. If I think of one, I'll mention it, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now. I do like. I guess I liked I'm with you. I do like the MODOK one. Just looks like a lot of fun. But I also like And I just blanked on it, so never mind. It
Yeah,
comes
fine.
back up on me. Oh, the apocalypse one,
Yeah.
the 2x2 apocalypse. I did like that it made that figure fine. Like, and honestly, even the original figure was kind of crappy, right?
Yeah, no,
And
it
I
was.
feel like yeah, exactly, right. So they took like a crappy figure from in the past and made him really playable. I think that was very good.
Now, did they change that Apocalypse? I thought they did.
Yeah, so they errated it.
Yeah, correct. His dudes, his dudes are now worth points, right? Because at Nats, they theoretically had a number of games that were like 0-0 ties.
Okay.
And so he spits out bystanders, and if you kill one of those bystanders, you get 5 points for them. And because he could spit them out and then mastermind to them, and then he can spin them out again, and so it makes you think a little bit more about how many you're killing off, I guess, and still makes sense. I still think he's
And his bystanders are.
he's still super playable. So, but
His is very much so. He'll still be meta, and his bystanders are ridiculously good. Like, he's got the one hypersonic 11 for 3 damage with a perplex on it, and he's got another one that's running shot 11 for 3 with an outwit on it, or exploit weakness on it, and he's got an outwit on another one. So they are exceptionally playable.
Yeah, and that's good. That's what you want from a figure like that they bring back with a legacy card. What about Anthony? Did you have a best legacy card?
Look, I'd probably be with Bobby here and say Surta, because it made me almost put it in for Nats. I loved playing Surta back when it was stupid powerful. And just with the keywords of ruler, monster, deity, Asgardian, they're a lot of fun to build around. So, 25 points, fit into a team, a bit of retaliation never goes astray.
Yep, always nice. Chris, did you have a best legacy card?
Yeah, you know what? I've been just looking through all the legacy cards. I mean, it starts off with Fantastic Four, Future Foundation, but nothing really jumps out at me. Banshee should be okay. I always love playing him, and then the Magneto from the Avengers, not Avengers. What's that X-Men set? Giant Size X-Men.
Yep, the one where he's got all the stuff around him.
Yeah, but looking through all the lists, it's nothing jumps off the page for me, really. So
no, that's fair. That's all good. Okay, what about the worst one?
Thor's Mighty Chariot. Like, we should all be playing Thor's Mighty Chariot, right? That's what I'm talking about. Does anybody even have that thing? Really? That is spectacular.
Didn't pull a single card, but I've got 2 of the chariots.
That's hilarious. I mean, for what it's worth, it doesn't look like it's very playable. I will retract my statement. It's got a 9 attack for 75 points. Good luck with that.
So putting that down to maybe the worst one, Bobby?
Yeah, I think that's fair. They didn't do anything to fix it. Is really the challenge, right? So, I will say one of the interesting ones did look like Thor and Loki, right? The old duo figure. I felt like the legacy cards on that one looked really, really quite playable. I don't have the figure or the card, so I couldn't tell you, but it looked solid.
I have the figure, but don't have the card for that one. I don't have the legacy card, but do have the figure, and yeah, it does look really good fun to play. I'm going to go for the worst legacy cards. I think one was Morg, so they just did not do a great job of Morg. So I think they were trying to bring back lots of the Heralds of Galactus type thing. And where was he? What was he in? I can't remember what he was in now.
Yeah, that was valid. He's in the Future Foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good card. That doesn't help him.
No.
Not for 165 points.
It still costs too much and does nothing. So I thought that one was not a great choice. Well, and probably not great. And then looking back through, and I got a few of these, the Wonder Woman ones. So lots of the Wonder Woman ones, they just, again, I think they were still cost too much for what they were doing compared to the others around. It was great to have like the Wonder Woman back that's holding the pillar and things like that. They were just a bit too costly for me to find good play. Any other ideas for the worst ones?
Jarvis.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair. It's very fair. That was not a good card. Yeah.
And I certainly didn't make that one any better than it was. Oh, missed out on Cosmic.
I liked. I think one of the honorable mentions. I don't know if it's the best, but like the old 20-point Destiny. I love that they brought it back on a legacy card.
Yeah, I had that.
Spectacular.
That was on my list of do I put it in? Do I not put it in? I did look at that.
Yeah, good old 20-point prob, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Anthony, did you have any worsts?
Maybe not worst, but there's a Forge one from, I think it's X of Swords. And it doesn't really help its stats too much. I mean, you can get Tinker tokens from removing object, and you can modify combat values by +2, but then top dial, if he does that, it still gives him an 11 attack and a 16 defense, or a 9 attack and an 18 defense. It doesn't get any better from there. So I don't think this one's a good choice. We'll say that.
Okay. Yep. What's that? That was from Sinister, was it? That Forge?
I like
I
that.
I can't work out.
Maybe Mutant Maiden or something.
Yeah, it looks pretty old when I look at the picture. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's Sinister. It's Sinister.
Sinister? Yeah, it was. Okay. Okay, and what about favourites? So this is still working on his first one. So does anyone have a favourite legacy card? For myself,
I'm looking forward to have a favourite Rick Jones.
Okay, yep, Rick Jones. That makes sense.
Just so I can play that figure again.
Is that just for the catchphrase?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
He's got that red aura behind him.
I have yet to see it played, but I love Leech. I think that one's going to be really interesting. The whole adjacent characters can't use powers. Like, it feels like that's just a 30-minute argument waiting to happen in a HeroClix game.
It does feel that way, doesn't it? What am I switching off? I was fortunate enough in my X of Swords one to get both the Apocalypse and the Leech legacy cards, and it's like, I have Leech, and I'm still not sure how to play him. And they just play him and like move across and take away all their powers, but it doesn't feel like it'll be that easy.
And 2K from non-adjacent. I don't know. Well, that's the thing, is I feel like Leech is going to be at least as painful for you as he is for your opponent, right?
Yeah, you need someone.
You have to work out what powers you have that you can't use if you're sitting beside him.
You just want someone who can. It's a lot about positioning and working out, because you want someone to be able to run him across and put him next to him. Oh, now you have no powers. I can't do anything to you because the rest of my team's way back. Or it takes a bit of planning, I think. I was still trying to work out how to play that one. For me, I'm going to say my favourite legacy card is the Ultimates Captain America, and that's from Avengers Fantastic Four Empire. I really like that one. I just like the fact that it brought back the Ultimates Cap, that he can have a free attack. He just can have a free attack, and I just like that. I like things that can do stuff for free. So
I gotta say, you played him in Nats, and you played him very well, and it was a surprise.
Yeah,
the free attack was it definitely ambushed me.
Oh, it was him and having him and Spider Hammer who can make a free attack as well. So you can still do all your. I could still do all my stuff, move and have 4 actions, and then still have 2 free attacks to come, which was And Captain America was a big part of that, and so I really enjoyed him. Cool. So that's our best, worst, and favorite ones. Okay. Second question I had: what makes a good candidate for a past HeroClix to become a legacy card? So why would you choose a figure to become a legacy card, Chris?
I would say because it's a fan favorite. Like having Smoky Foot Cap back, that's pretty fun.
Yep. A well-known piece that people have a love for. Yep.
Yeah. Otherwise, some of the picks I don't understand. So,
Yes.
like Morg. Like,
Yes.
why?
Why did they bring Morg back out of all the people they could have?
Yeah.
Agreed. Okay, so
Yeah, that's fair.
yes. Yeah, I had that. I think those iconic pieces that people know well and people love playing, and so like Smoky Feet Cap was that example. I would like to see a legacy card for Balls of Fury.
Maybe, yes, definitely.
Maybe not to do all the stuff that he could do, like, and they can change it around a bit, like they did with Smoky Feet Cap. But to have him back in, he's just an iconic piece, I guess.
Who was that, Ben?
Balls of Fury, Nick Fury, the Watcher's eyes. Well, do I like playing against it? No. Do I like playing it? Yes. But does it have to do exactly the same as what it did? No. But it's a cool piece. It's one of those, one of those clicks that you go, yeah, I know that one. It's like when they brought back the Magneto with the from the GSX one. That was a perfect piece to bring back. It was just, it was almost iconic in its nature. Oh, I know that one really well. Any other ideas for good ideas for bringing legacy candidates? What's a good thing? Anthony, have you got anything?
I would say.
Oh, Bobby, yeah.
Go for it.
You go.
I feel like they're like occasionally, they get it really right when they make a hero click out of a character and really capture. And I mean, comic book characters are such that it's hard to truly capture the essence of a comic book character because so many of them can do everything depending on the situation and the plot, right? But occasionally they come up with like a hero click that is just really gets a character super right. Right, like I mean, say what you will, the one-armed Green Arrow, what was that? Dark Knight Returns Green Arrow.
Yep.
Felt like that was just a really good representation. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, fair. Yeah, correct. Right. But I felt like that was like a really good representation of Green Arrow, and I think those are what they should target the legacy cards towards, is those characters or the hero clicks that they just got really right.
Yep. Anthony, anything you want to add?
Look, I don't really think I've got too much to add to that. I do question some of the ones that they have brought back with legacy cards, but I don't know what does make a good character, for a legacy card. But yeah, probably as you've all been saying, iconic characters. But yeah, like, I'm sure WizKids thinks there's more to it than that. But we can agree to disagree, I guess.
Yeah.
Could it be WizKids trying to make up for their mistakes?
Maybe.
Ooh, I've got a list for them.
You and every other player.
I guess it's interesting. So, like, you look at these Avengers Forever, and you had Kang the Conqueror. So that was the Supernova one, pretty iconic. Like, I know I've loved playing him before. You had Smoky Feet Cap. You had Cosmo, Agent Coulson. You had Jarvis, even though they messed him up, but you still had Jarvis. But then you had Ursa Major. And while I was happy to see Ursa Major, I was going, Ursa Major? Why him? Why was that choice? And so you seem to get that. And I'm going, and then I look at the set and go, well, they did have a few Winter Guard in there. They've got Red Guardian, and they've got the She-Hulks and Red Widows and things like that. Maybe they were just wanted to
Dark Stars.
Yeah, they just wanted to flesh
And
out
Dark
that.
Star's another legacy card. For flushed it out, yeah.
Yeah, so that might be the way, and that would be the only other reason I'd say to get something if it's to flesh out a keyword or something like that with a good click.
And
That would be
love
mine.
that they have Cosmo back though. Cosmo's a good character.
Yeah, I wish I had that one. Didn't get that one. What did I get? I'm trying to think. I got Agent Coulson, I've got Hawkeye, and I got Black Knight from those legacy cards at Avengers Forever, which is fine. I was happy to go find the Skybike and Black Knight on his atomic steed. But yeah, really interesting. Okay, so that's what we think makes a good legacy card candidate. So next question I have is, how long should WizKids wait to redo a Hero Clix to become a legacy card? So how soon is too soon? Seeing as we had the Sentinels from Dark Phoenix Saga were reprinted with legacy cards while they were still in Modern, if I remember correctly.
So can we agree they should
that
at
one
least be
felt
out of rotation?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's correct. I agree with that. Yeah. There's and they've kind of released the legacy card cheat sheet, right, for Batman Team Up, and it had like Commissioner Gordon. It had a bunch of JLU stuff in it, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I think Batman of the Future was one, wasn't he?
Yeah. Batman Beyond, one of the Commissioner Gordon from JLU, Wonder Woman for JLU, maybe. Oh, here, I'll see if I can find it real quick. But yeah, I felt like JLU was too soon.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
I
you
felt
got
like it should be at least a couple of years.
yeah, you got Lex Luthor and the Joker from World's Finest.
That feels fine.
Legacy.
Yeah, that one I'm
Casey
okay
Green
with.
Lantern.
Yeah, it seems fair.
number one Batman from the Batman set. Commissioner Gordon from Batman the Animated Series. World's Finest Crazy Jane. Like,
okay, that's
why would Crazy
okay.
Jane be in there?
Okay, so that's another one of those. Why?
Yeah. Crisis Nightwing, Legion of Superheroes Riddler, which I think, if I remember correctly, he was actually not bad for that set.
Yeah.
Because he had a puzzle box or something, didn't he?
Oh.
Yeah, he had something like that.
Yeah. Icons Vet Joker. DC 75th Atrocious. World's Finest The Chief, which that should bring back in his Metal Men, right? So
Yes.
Yeah, it should, huh?
yeah. Then you got War of Light, Hal Jordan and Sinestro. DC 75th.
Ooh, I didn't realize that was
Batman.
What was that one, Chris?
DC 75th Super Rare Batman.
Okay, yep.
Harley Quinn set. It's Harley and Ivy duo. World's Finest. You have Batman and Superman duo. Then you have from JLU Batman Beyond in the Question.
Oh, okay.
And the question.
So maybe they did it just to have the Question in Modern, because it's kind of a very niche character that's not going to be a Modern.
Interesting. So, if you were to put a time frame, so someone said they should at least be retired from Modern.
Yeah.
No, I want a
I think
Scarlet
so.
that's from Disney Plus. I want a new legacy card. Make her more playable.
Make it more playable. Just everything else but the point value just gone down to 50.
Yeah.
That would work. I put an arbitrary 5 years.
Sorry, like I do feel like, yeah. Well, and I guess you guys are right. I do feel like it does feel like this is a format with which they could use to fix their mistakes should they realize they've made mistakes, right? Like
Yep.
Because there have been. I mean, we all know. Like every set, there feels like there's at least one or two characters where you pull that character and you're just like, well, that sucks. Because I will never play this, even in a fun and friendly game, because this is just a terrible hero click. It is so bad at doing what hero clicks do, right? So maybe they fix those. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be good to see. I think I'd still think I'd like it. Stuff that's not in modern, so we're getting that more modern and even a little bit. So like maybe 3 years removed. So I feel okay about the Batman animated series stuff being legacy carded now, but I'm not sure about JLU. If that makes sense, it still feels.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
JLU is golden, or whatever you want to call it.
It is
out of rotation.
Yeah, but it just dropped out of rotation this year. If I think.
Yeah, it's a real shiny golden.
Yeah.
What were the two pieces from there? It was
the Question,
Batman Beyond, and the Question.
Yeah.
So you're not missing much with them.
Yeah.
No, and the Batman Beyond, he's really good, and the Question, I've enjoyed playing the Question. Like, it's just going. It just feels like it's a little bit too early. But I also get it as well, right? Because you're right. We probably want to keep, and rather than make another Batman Beyond, we'll keep that one in modern if we can. That's a good idea, and also the Question. Cool. Okay.
Let's. Go.
Good. You're right. Yep. Okay. So I was just going to keep moving along because we've talking a bit, but I've enjoyed it. Next question is, what HeroClix characters do you want WizKids to make into legacy cards that are not from Marvel or DC sets? So thinking outside the HeroClix that we already have that aren't Marvel or DC.
So you're talking Star Trek.
Yep.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
The Lone Ranger.
Yep, you could do Lone Ranger if that's what you would like, Chris.
Or
I want to see a meta Lone Ranger. That's what I'm talking about. Bring that bad boy back. They did like freaking Iron Maiden. I mean, they had all kinds of weird
problems.
They did do Iron Maiden HeroClix.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to see Pacific Rim. Give me a modern Pacific Rim kaiju, or
Hey, give me the Star Trek ships.
Oh, that would be cool. I would play that. I would totally play that. That would be awesome. Hobbit, dude, I want to see a freaking meta Bilbo Baggins. That's what I'm talking about.
Or, best yet, is for Ben, Series 2 of the WWE HeroClix.
Oh, I would just like to see that.
Yeah,
I know we're never going to see that, but... Well, just okay, that's actually not a bad thing if they legacy carded WWE characters. So like you could take, I don't know, you could take the Undertaker, and because he was his Undertaker form, but like you can make him the American Badass form, with a new HeroClix card. Like with a new, you could actually change that whole thing, because they all have different personas over time, so you could actually hit some of those different personas with WWE legacy cards.
Well, you do know that there was a WWE movie that crossed over with Scooby-Doo, right? So
I do.
They had their chance.
We have to just wait and see. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm going to go for myself. I had Hellboy. I'd love to see a legacy card for Hellboy from.
Oh, that would be spectacular.
And just any of the versions, whether it was the gun-toting one, whether it was the one from the starter set they had, or whether it was the unique one with the horns, would be cool. Other one I would have would be Street Fighter. Could easily redial those, or give them other powers, and off they go. Anthony, you'd be in for those as well.
Definitely.
And the other one I would do is they did the Invincible box set, and I'd be nice to see Invincible as a legacy card. I really enjoyed playing Omni-Man, and
that would be really cool.
And Invincible, and I've just I watched what the series was on last year and watched that, and that was really cool, and that'd be really good fun. Don't get me wrong, I'd be up for WWE if they did.
Theoretically, season 2 has been announced, so season 2 of Invincible is coming.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing that. It was good fun. So that was for me. Anything else that you'd like to see legacy carded? So we had Pacific Rim, so getting some kaiju in there. A bit of, I'm assuming it was tongue in cheek, but Iron Maiden. But no, that'd be cool. And Anthony, did you have anything else?
No, I totally Pacific Rim.
I don't know. We go back as far as City of Heroes, that
yeah.
computer game they made them for. The City of Villains as well.
Ghost. What
I
was
think
it?
I still have those floating around the house somewhere.
Wow. What was that Ghost?
Hey, hey guys, how about we go all the way to the back where it was the baseball game that started everything off?
Nice. Nice.
What was that? That was Sports Clicks or something like that. What was it? I can't remember.
I think it was. I think it was Sports Clicks, dude.
Yeah.
All Clicks. Yeah.
Give me Cal Ripken Jr., please.
It's hilarious.
Cool. Okay. Right. So last question from Malcolm that I've got here is that any suggestions to WizKids to improve the legacy cards? Now I reckon I've heard some ideas as we've gone through and talked about this, but has anyone got anything they want to sort of nail down and say this is how we can improve legacy cards?
Yes, make them mass produced and bring them out so we can buy them.
So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. So make them like
Give me a collector's set.
Like a pack
friggin' booster pack. You can do a booster pack. You could do a booster pack. It'd be fine of just legacy cards, right? It'd be fine.
Yeah, exactly. Do a booster pack of all characters. Don't just do 7 or 8 or however many Team Up has, which is I think 15. But bring out 150.
I don't know. I don't know if you really want that.
You got to catch them all.
Yeah, exactly. Team Up cards all over again.
It would make money.
Yeah, so
dude. Well, I mean, I think we all know why they're not. Is because again, like talk about things that would break the meta, right? And pulling 10 years worth of HeroClix back into Modern would be an exercise in random chaos. Yes. But it'd be worth watching.
But it would also save them so much money. So they wouldn't have to produce the plastic figures. All they got to do is just write stuff on cardboard, and there you go.
Yeah, but that was my thing. They're already making cards, aren't they? So why can't they just make cards and then put them into a little booster pack, which they're already doing anyway, and then sticking them to the top of the of a brick, just make them into something in a countertop display, and you just go buy. Yeah, so you can go buy something.
Yep.
That was my thinking. I don't know. I think it would be too much to have a full set. I just think that'd be too overwhelming, and just some of them would just be crap. I think you still want to select the legacy cards that you have. But yeah, it'd be nice to say, I don't know, if they did like, cool, we're going to take 10 characters from Web of Spider-Man. Because we've got a Spider-Man set coming out. 10 characters, you can buy this for $10, whatever it is, and then yeah, I think that could be a better way to go. I don't know. I just hate the having to continue to search for the legacy cards I want.
Yeah.
And so I just like to
absolutely.
I think it was good that they have the legacy card, or at least one of them, in this play at home kit for the sorry, brain's starting to turn off now. For the Avengers Forever, that there's a legacy card in there, which is great to have. I don't get me wrong, I like legacy cards. I like the fact they're bringing old figures back and making them playable and better again. Cool, excellent. So that was Malcolm's questions about legacy cards. Anyone that wants to say a last moment about legacy cards?
Did we go through who you would choose for as a legacy card?
No, we didn't do that, but we can do that. That's fine.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, so Chris, if you were to do a legacy card, who would you choose?
Tri-Sentinel.
Okay, straight up Tri-Sentinel. I like it. Yep. Bobby, what about you?
Good question, man. Like, I'm dead serious. I would love to see some of the old craziness, like the Hobbit or Pacific Rim, or just something like truly random. Okay. They'd have to make them playable, though.
Yep.
But,
Anthony?
Zombie Galactus.
Yes.
Ooh, that'd be good. That'd be really good. Make him a retaliator. Make him like
Yeah.
make him like genuinely useful.
And
That would
bring
be
out
Yeah.
the rest of the zombies too.
Yes. Yes, that would be cool. I'm only
That would
missing
be-
one from the set of those, so
Which one?
Electro.
We'll talk.
Ooh, okay, there you go.
Might have one.
Nice.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
So, and if it was
Yeah,
me,
and sadly, I felt like.
sorry. Yep. So for myself, if I was to choose one, Chris, it would be, because I really like the sculpt, it would be Calabac from the Collateral Damage DC Collateral Damage set. I just really love that sculpt. I love the way he's holding the car door and I don't know why. It's just one of those ones I really, really like.
Cool.
Nice.
Excellent. So yeah, thanks Malcolm for your questions, and we always appreciate you sending them in to give us something to talk about as well. Well, boys, we're heading up to Christmas here. And I'm going to ask this off cuff because I was just thinking about this today. As you head into this Christmas time, do you have one thing that you have to watch for your Christmas? Like, are you a Miracle on 34th Street? Are you a die-hard person because you've got to watch a Christmas movie? Do you have something Christmassy that you watch every year?
Oh, yes.
Anthony, what do you watch?
Muppets Christmas Carol, possibly Michael Caine's finest work.
Is that the one where they get stranded at the hotel?
No, this is the one where they do the Charles Dickens
Oh, okay.
retelling. Yeah.
All right.
So I've been watching that every year for years.
See, the one I'm talking about, the Muppets Get Stuck. Then it's Fraggle Rock. I don't know if you guys know them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Fraggle Rock.
And then it's also Sesame Street's in there too, I believe.
Okay, I've got Disney Plus, so I'm gonna have to find that.
Yep.
What about you, Chris? Is there anything you watch?
No, not really.
Nope, that's fine.
Yeah, it's just hockey and a couple new seasons of Letterkenny come out. That's about it.
Beautiful.
Oh, cool.
You found it, Anthony?
No, just Letterkenny. Cool.
Hey, Anthony, watch Shoresy.
Shoresy?
Yep. I'll
will
send
do.
you the link.
Cool.
And Bobby, what about you? Is there anything you guys watch as a family or anything you do?
Scrooged. Scrooged
That's a
is
good one.
classic. Yeah, that's a classic. That's a classic Christmas movie. Elf is really, really, really good too to get in the Christmas mood. I like it.
Nice, cool. I'm gonna go for In Our Family.
So, and I'm trying to remember. What's the new Ryan Reynolds Christmas movie that's out?
Oh, with Will Ferrell. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know the name of it.
Yeah, I can't remember
I
either.
can't remember. Dang it. It's Spirited. And that was actually, we watched that one a couple weeks ago. It was really, really good. It was very Christmassy. I would heartily recommend it.
Cool. Excellent. In our house on Christmas Eve, we have for many years now, watched the first Christmas episode from Futurama when Fry has his first Christmas and learns about Santa in the future.
Merry Xmas people.
Yeah, Merry Xmas people, Xmas everyone. And Bender wins Xmas. So, that's one. My daughter even says, well, we're watching Futurama. When are we watching Futurama? I was like, okay, we'll get it out. Let's do it. That's our Christmas, one of our strange Christmas traditions. Probably my strange Christmas tradition, but everyone else has to go along with it. And I think that brings us to the end. We're heading towards Christmas. Everyone's probably getting themselves ready. As we talked about, Bobby's still got his shopping to do. And yeah, I'm hoping everyone has a really great time and has a good break. So I don't know if anyone else has got anything they want to add or say before we finish off. So,
Hope you all get Hero Clicks for Christmas of some form or another, right?
yeah, well, I guess that's what Hero Clicks do you get for Christmas? Like, my family's just shied away from it because they go, well, you've got everything you need anyway, and you don't. Don't tend to get Hero Clicks for Christmas myself.
That's fair. That's very fair. Yeah. My wife is usually like, "What are you going to buy yourself for Christmas?"
Yeah,
So
that's what it comes down to.
that is occasionally here. Yeah.
I got myself a gingerbread man coming. That'll do. Okay, well we'll finish off there. Chris, do you have a quote? Did you find
I
one?
actually got two.
You got two. Go
Because-
for it.
Talking about movies, I got one from Home Alone. Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Yep.
Yep.
And
And
That's
this
great.
one's more for competition and stuff. Nobody's a natural. You work hard to get good, and then you work to get better. It's hard to stay on top. From Paul Coffey. He's a defenseman in the NHL, or he used to be.
nice. Yep, got to work at it. I like it. And that's a good way to finish off our show. So as we bring another episode to a close and turn off to Barbie, we'd like to thank you for tuning in to the show. Have a great week and a great Christmas. And
And New Year's.
Yeah, and New Year, I reckon. And remember that even a poor plan is better than no plan at all. Thanks for listening. Have a great one.
See ya. Keep your sticks on the ice.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.